I really think he from like the gutter, like the hood type deal. Because I thought he was gonna be like buttoned up and all that. And I heard him on the mic. He's like, "At free my boy such and such." Free my boy
walking in the man.
Yeah, the purple durag should have gave it away.
I said, yeah, my boy killed it.
We finally made it. It's your boy Josh. For the people that don't know me, you introduce yourself.
It's your boy Chaz Kelly, CJ, whatever you want to call me, man. Hey, we here.
Yeah, we here. We're glad to be here. We got our producers behind us. I don't know if they're gonna introduce themselves, but we got Rasta on the ones and twos, and then we got Floyd on the visuals. So I don't know if they're gonna pan to themselves or not, but we do have a camera on them. But look, we're super excited to be talking to everybody. It was hard to get here. We're missing one person. TBON.
T-Bone.
We're missing Bone, but Bone welcomed the baby into this world. Him and his lady welcomed the healthy baby. And we so happy for him. We're proud of him, bro. We love you, man.
Yeah,
we know you wish you were here, but you where you supposed to be at.
My boy's a girl dad.
What's up, everybody from Clearly Said Podcast? It's your boy Bone. I'm checking in. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the episode, and I got a good reason why, because this beautiful thing right here. Now, I do want y'all to know we have a lot of jewels and a lot of things that's coming up in the next couple of episodes. Make sure y'all stay tuned. If y'all have any questions, hit that email, hit that inbox, DM us, reach out to us, however you want to do it. If you want to reach out to us individually, definitely do it. But let's get back to the show.
You know, I wanted to talk about first how hard it was to get here, man, because, you know, we started this concept, when was it, like October, maybe? Yeah. Or November? And then we were saying, okay, we're going to do episode 1, and we really did like an episode 0 we shot. And shout out to y'all, man. We got a lot of positive feedback on all platforms, you know, from Facebook to TikTok. We got a lot of positive feedback. And then you start to see the stumbling blocks and how hard it is to continue going. You know what I'm saying? And like today, so we had 2 guests lined up. Neither of them are going to be able to be with us today. And obviously we dealing with other things that weren't allowing people to be here. Not like they just were, you know, no call, no show. And then we had a show schedule that started at 9:30, and we're filming like 5 hours later. Yes. And so it's just a lot of stuff that happens that you don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard for us to get here, but we're going to keep pushing, man.
Yeah, we definitely going to keep pushing, man. Like he said, you know, like it took a lot for us to get here, you know, a lot of sacrifices, you know what I'm saying, a lot of being selfless rather than, you know, I ain't saying nothing but selfish, but, you know, everybody here got their own life. You know, we got some kids, you know, some, you know, full-time husband, all this stuff. So, you know, like just having to balance out your regular life, and then you know that you trying to get this off the ground. You know, like we trying to do something, like we just trying to do something different around here. You know, like this is, I ain't saying we not the first people podcast right, but like we just want to be one of the first to, other than people, you know, we just want to show people you ain't got to do like, you just got to focus on trying to be a sports star, or rap star, right, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something different, man. Now that like social media and stuff is so big now, man, you see people making money all different type of ways. So, you know, like we just trying to jump in that lane, and which I know we're gonna be successful. Like he said, man, it's like everything. Like right now, like he said, we in the stumbling block. Like, you know, we had the 2 guests that supposed to be on. You know, they didn't get to come on. Then we got one of our brothers. You know, he just welcomed the baby, so he wasn't able to be here. So, you know, like I said, oh, man, we're going to make it do what it do. We're going to get it done.
Yeah. And things happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's life. You know, like I got personal stuff I'm going through. Everybody has things that they're going through. And it's just like, are you going to push forward and do what you want to do? You know, and it's not that you are trying to chase the money, but you chase a purpose, or you chase trying to fill a void, and then the money will come. Right. You know, I want to make sure I say this stat right. And I got a couple of notes right here. 90% of podcasts only post 1 episode, and then 9% of podcasts only post 20 episodes, and only 1% of podcasts post 21 or more episodes. So in order for you to be a top 1% podcast, you have to post 21 episodes. Excuse me. And now that don't seem hard to do, but it was hard to get here and do this today.
Like it was, like he said, we're supposed to start. Our first, like we're supposed to start at 11:45.
Yeah, I think that was show one. That was
11:45, and it's what time is it? It's
late.
I'm pretty sure it's almost 2:00.
It's late.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We had to get here. We had to set up. Like, we doing this with no production team, no help, no nothing. Like, we come out of our pocket. We doing the setup ourselves. We editing the videos ourselves. So like we know now. Like, sometimes we not gonna be able to start on time.
Right. Stuff is gonna happen.
Yeah, like we doing everything just us night. Later on down the line, you know what I'm saying, once you get more successful, I know we are, then we can, you know, we'll be able to get some.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere. Despise not small beginning. They ain't gonna preach nothing like that. You know, you can't. You know, you got to start from somewhere, and that's a thing that I wanted to bring up is: do we need more influencers in this area? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like we're slow to the starting line on a lot of things, and I'm trying to watch the red line, Rosty. It seems like we're slow to the starting line on a lot of things, but I don't want to sell false hope to people that everybody. We just looked at the stat: 90% of the people that start a podcast only post one episode,
and then they just fade to the background.
And they fade to the background for whatever reason. And so, do we need more influencers? Do we have the right amount of influencers? You know, kind of. What's your outtake on influencers? Because social media has given people an ability to have a stage that 40 years ago you could not have. Like, you could have the talent of a whoever, but if you didn't get to that stage and get that tryout, if Barry Gordy didn't come get you out the hood and bring you to Motown type shit,
right,
you weren't gonna make it.
Yeah, we need we do need, like, I honestly feel like to blow itself, we could be way, way more successful when it comes to, like, just not even just like trying to find more influence, just anything. Like, I just feel like our city, like, it's a lot of hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see somebody doing something good, but it's only like a handful of people that really and truly happy for them. But you got half of the other side of Tupelo, like, they hate on you or they don't support you, and you know, like, you would think like your hometown would be one place where you get hella amount of support,
but you don't. It's
everybody, but you don't. Like, and I look at places like Atlanta, like, and I feel that's like why Atlanta is like so successful in anything anybody try to do there, because Atlanta don't get behind they people
when they get big enough.
Like when they get big enough, the whole city get behind them. But like here, like, even when you do get big enough, the city's still not behind you.
Yeah. And I can see, in my opinion, I can see people having some sort of jealousy, you know, and we talked about this pre-show. You know what I'm saying? It's like people feel like I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be getting these views. Like, this is for me. But in my opinion, it's the internet. So it's enough space out there for everyone to be able to get the views, get the likes. You know, we talked about this. The cream always rises to the top. So if it's 100 podcasts out there that do the same thing that we do, whoever's the best, there has to be a number one, and there'll be a number two, and there'll be a number 100. So me doing what I do has nothing to do with your podcast. So right here, I'm saying it first, and I know all these guys will, you know what I'm saying, say the same thing. We're encouraging everybody that are influencers in this area. Keep pushing, keep going, make great content, because that's what people want to see. Great production. You know, that's a big thing, is you may have great content coming out of your mouth, but if you don't have great production, which obviously we're working at the ground up from, you know, people don't want to look at it. That's just like, you know, I saw Facebook. This was a Facebook post. And somebody was like, if you send me your SoundCloud link, I'm not listening. I don't listen to broke. And I don't think you broke because you put music on SoundCloud. But people want to be able to hear music on iTunes or Spotify, because that's what they listen to all their other music on. So they don't want to have to stop doing one thing to go somewhere else. I said all that to say, try to bring what you're doing to another level, because that's what we're going to try to do every episode. So,
yeah. Then another thing, like a lot of people, like he said, like people feel like they can, like people hate because they feel like they supposed to be doing it. But another thing is like some people scared to do what they know that they want to do. Like they scared to get in front of their camera. Or they scared to have to fail 40 times, but you just don't know that 41st time gonna be that time that you break through. So like a lot of people just give up so easy. And like this, this is something that we've been talking about, and we had a lot of setbacks, and like we could have been said, bro, we ain't gonna do this, but like bro, we just kept pushing, and like now we here, and like we ain't even at the top yet, but like bro, we here, and we started, and we making a push towards greatness, and I feel that we're gonna get there. And like he said, man, everybody who is supporting, bro, we appreciate it 100%. Y'all just don't know, like, bro, we really appreciate it, because it took a lot for us just to get here today.
So, like, I got a question for you, and since we're talking about influencers, and then I want to move the conversation somewhere else after this, how do we create a culture of, I guess we can use that word, culture, or arts, you know what I'm saying? Because you go to a place like Atlanta and you got fashion and you got hip hop. You go to somewhere like Nashville and you have country. You go out to LA and in California and you have film and theater. And then in New York, you have theater, Juilliard, and all of that. You know, what do we have in this area that is a modern culture or art? Because obviously the blues came from here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The blues came from the Delta of Mississippi. But what else do we have, and how can we cultivate that and get it out there and make this area successful?
That's a good question. Like you said, we got the blues like this.
Yeah, we got blues locked up
from here. Like, yeah, that's us all day.
The blues and gospel, we got that locked up.
Yeah, like
everybody don't partake in that.
Right. Like I just feel like, man, we just gotta find it. Like we just gotta find something that, like, once we put our stamp on it, people will know, oh, it's Mississippi.
Right.
Like nobody can take that from Mississippi. Mississippi. Like I feel like food might be one of, cause like down south, like
we definitely could.
One thing we can do is cook.
Well, yeah, we definitely could.
We got a lot of
the Mohead swag is here.
Yes.
I can see it.
The Mohead swag came from Mohead, Mississippi.
All right, so I know who hit the Mohead swag the hardest that we know of. I got a name in my head, but I don't want to say it. He ain't gonna care though.
Jim Saddle.
Yeah.
Gerard gonna hit that, but he didn't hit it the hardest.
It's between
him and
him. I put myself in there.
Yeah, of course.
I cut a little rug, but
I cut a little rug.
Mookie,
yes. Mookie gonna hit that Mohead.
Andrew Brown, aka Mookie, he gonna hit it. No matter if it's a Beyonce song, he
gonna hit the Mohead.
Okay. Mississippi to the core.
My boy got the boots on.
Yes.
Whatever part of the world he in, he may be somewhere else with the boots on.
No.
But yeah, that's right. Just gonna hit that mug.
But yeah, like bro, we got a lot of stuff, but it's just we don't push it.
Right.
Like we don't push it at all. Like a lot of stuff that people do here, like I feel like they just do it to get that Mississippi fame, and then they feel like, oh, that's cool with me.
That is, and so that's a whole other thing. Are we suffering? Like, are we taking an L because our talent leaves here and goes other places? We can think about the people we know our age or around our age, maybe a couple years older or younger, that go other places and start businesses or start careers or take their talent to other places, and then they flourish. And it's like, if you had done that here, how much more would that have helped our area? Exactly. And when I say our city, you know what I'm saying? I mean everything from really and truly Starkville to Olive Branch is this area, because you know all of those people. Right. And I don't want to make this just about us, but you see what I'm saying? How do you keep those people here? Because those people are going to Atlanta and Nashville and this and the third because they feel like they don't have opportunities here. But why not create your own opportunity? That's my thing.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them people, like, just really trying to get away from Tupelo because it feel like as many people that love like me or Chaz or whatever. Like it's a lot of stuff I done did. I feel like I ain't get the right amount of support that you would think that people would get.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Two ain't big, so if the whole city get behind it, bro, it's gonna work. But I just feel like it's a support thing. Like people don't support around here. Like it's hard to get people to support, and what's like you said, like they might feel like they supposed to be doing it, so they like, I'm not gonna go buy her clothes, or I'm not gonna let him cut my hair, or him do this, do that.
Yeah.
So, like I just feel like if we just can get behind people around here and just support them. Let's like it costs $0 to support. For you to go on Facebook, share a video, or you send out a mass message for somebody to everybody you know on your phone. Like it costs $0 to support, and it's the easiest thing to do.
But the hard problem about the support thing is the same thing that'll make you go viral in Atlanta, and I'm not picking on Atlanta, but that's a close metropolitan city to us besides a Nashville, I guess. The same thing that'll make you go viral in Atlanta is the same thing that'll make you go viral here. But the problem is they have a bigger crop of people to support you. Right. And so like, let's take our podcast, for example. You know, you may get one somebody that, man, I really like it. They subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Then you get 10, then you get 20, then you get 30, then you get 1,500 people to subscribe. But then you kind of run out of people. Versus there, you got, I don't know, 15 million people in one city.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? You have a bigger crop of people. And so I've heard of other people that open businesses here, and that's a whole other topic we can talk about when we bring some guests on. I've heard of people that open businesses here saying nobody supported me. Well, yeah, I came and ate there, but I can't eat there every week. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or nobody bought my clothes, or nobody used my car rental service. I don't know. I'm just making an example. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have enough people, maybe. And I'm throwing that out there. And the viewers, y'all can comment and share and let me know what you think about this. Do we even have the population base to support these people the way that they say they want to be supported? Now, I will say this. When you have a good idea here, it works. Because it's several things that come in, people support. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to be specific with the name of the businesses because I don't want to localize the podcast ever. But people understand when things come here and they work, we support them, we pack them out. You know what I'm saying? But that's because everybody comes from the whole area. They're not just looking for our specific city to fund it. So, that's one of my things, you know, but we're going to continue to push forward and try to do what we can and bring a good product to the field. And speaking of the field, you know, we cover a broad array of topics on this podcast. You know, it's not just a sports podcast. It's not just a local podcast. And it's not just a relationship or business podcast. We try to cover the whole human experience. That's the term that I use. Not that I coined it, but I felt like it was right. You know, and a big thing that just happened recently in sports was Nick Saban retiring, and then Coach Bill Belichick is leaving the Patriots. You know,
two of the greatest to ever do it.
Two of the great. Go ahead. So you just opened that up. Who is the greatest coach between them two? And then Ross, I want to kind of hear, because I know we got a Bama
Nick
fan.
Saban. It's got to be the great Nick Saban.
So why, for you, why is Nick Saban the greatest coach?
Longevity. I mean, that's really the main thing.
But Bill did it 23 years. Was it 23? I think it was 23 or 24 years with the Patriots.
Yeah, but that's a whole other debate, though. You gotta, is it him or Tom?
Right.
That's true.
When Tom left, Bill ain't done nothing.
He's currently looking for a job right now.
He is looking for a job right now. That's why I would go with Saban, because Saban literally had a new quarterback every other year. I don't think any quarterback he had started for 3 years straight. Now you would be able to tell me more about that, but I know they had quarterbacks.
Saban?
Yes, started for 3 years straight, not 2, 3.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. Yeah, I can't think
I'll
of.
look it up.
What about Tua? Was it maybe Tua?
Tua only played two.
Was he not a freshman when he came in that year and won? So he was a freshman that year, so he had to come back for was he a true freshman?
Then the next year he left. Yeah. The next year he played, and I think he left after that, right?
I didn't know. Yeah, because you can't leave as a sophomore unless you're a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, but I had to go with Nick Saban too because that's the only coach I know they can get almost every 5-star, and he can get them. Like, I don't know what he'd say to them to sit there and just make them be like, okay, I know you're a 5-star, you're a great player, but
right,
it's a couple people in front of you,
right,
and they are gonna get their time,
right,
and bro, like they will literally sit there and wait their time. I'm not gonna say now because they got the NIL now. You tell somebody they got to sit down 1 year, they looking to transfer, but like how he just would just like get them to humble themselves and be like, okay, I'll wait my turn. And when it's my turn, I'm gonna do my thing. And that's been almost every player he done had.
Yeah. I wish y'all okay. Production team. I see y'all 16, 17. That's 2 years.
So the longest one would be AJ McCarron.
Okay. How many?
3 years.
3 years?
AJ McCarron, that's
okay. And that was in the beginning. That was like 09, right?
11 to 13.
11 to 13.
Probably there at 10 for freshman year.
Okay.
So he played. No, he didn't have Julio, right? Did he have Julio?
No, I don't think so. Did he have Julio? I'm not totally sure. But my thing is that's what I'm talking about with the video coming up and all of that. See? Shout out to the production team. I more so think it was Tom Brady because I think it was Julian Edelman, that made a quote and he said, "We worked for Bill, but we played for Tom."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These people worked for Nick Saban and played for Nick Saban. They love Nick Saban. You know what I mean? And I could only imagine being in a locker room and playing for a coach that says exactly what you just said. Like, you're a 5-star. We've got more 5-stars. But he told Marcus, what's his name? He's on First Take. He's on ESPN. He's on all those shows. They call him Big Swagger. Anyway, he played at LSU and won the national championship when Saban was at LSU. And he said, don't make a 4-year decision. Make a 40-year decision. And so Saban is cultivating these young men for life. Like, he's doing things to help you win games and get to the league, but he's helping you get ready for life. Do we need an ad? Is the ad coming on?
Yeah, I feel one coming on.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Bone from Clearly Said Podcast. I want y'all to know now's the time that you can advertise your own products through our platform. All you have to do is just reach out to us through email, or you can just DM us. Make sure you do it, man. Now's your chance. Now's your opportunity. Don't let it slip away.
So I personally do believe that, Saban's the greater coach of the two, and those are probably two of the top 5 greatest coaches of all time. Yeah. And with that being said, man, they just made a coaching hire. I believe it was Washington's head coach. What's his name? Do you have that by chance? I think he only lost 12 or 13 games in the last 5 years, something like that. It's crazy. But they got him to replace Saban. How do you think that's gonna work out? I mean, he's not a known name. I'm thinking they're gonna go after like a Dabo Sweeney. How do you say that? Yeah, I'm not even gonna butcher his name. I'm not gonna do that. Y'all Google his name. Washington's former head coach.
Kalen DeBoer.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Kalen Douglas DeBoer.
Yeah. Kalen Doug. Like I know him. But I didn't think it was the move to make, because I'm thinking did Dabo not play at Alabama and he was an assistant at Alabama, or did he just play at Alabama? Anyway, you don't have to. I'm thinking the move is go get Dabo, because through the season, I believe he made a comment that said if he's not appreciated here, he'll go somewhere where he's appreciated. The last 2 years he has not had the season that they have been accustomed to the past few years. But we'll see how this works. I don't know what you think about it, Chad.
I just want to know, like, how the players feeling. Like, bro, we just you just helped us go to a national championship. We didn't win, but bro, we just made it to. And he has never had as far as I've been watching the last couple years, never been a terrible team. They always had some good talent. They've had some good seasons, but I just want to know how the players feel. Because if that was me, And I just wake up one day and see he done went to Alabama. I'm like, bro, you a sucker. Like, bro.
Right.
I'm going to lose all respect for you, which I understand it's a business thing at the same time, too. Like, he probably going to get the bag.
He's definitely going to get the bag. That's the only way you pry a coach that just went to the national championship away from his school is a bag, you know.
And do you feel like, or like, do y'all feel like that his expectations are going to be super high?
Yeah.
Because, like, you coming from somewhere somebody just won, like, has won.
He's got to win 10 games. He's got to beat Auburn. And if he can play for the SEC championship, even if he doesn't win it, as long as he wins 10 games and beats Auburn, they'll be happy. Yeah. Because he's not Nick Saban.
Definitely.
He's not Nick Saban. There is no other Nick Saban unless he's got a son that's a junior and he ain't his daddy, you know.
Got to think about.
But that changes the whole landscape.
And I feel like that's why Nick retired, because he was like, man, it's the NIL. These people have enough money, and I can't, like, I ain't saying he couldn't compete with it, but these players going to Texas and stuff, they getting the full amount in Texas.
They getting the strength. So
yeah, like they getting what, like whatever their coach say you getting, that's what you getting.
Yeah, one of my coworkers, he was messing with me the other day, and he said, do you agree with me now? And I was like, what you talking about? And he said about the college football players, because we used to work at the same place a few years back, and we hadn't worked together since then. And I was all for it, you know, pay the players. But I'm thinking it's gonna be a little 50,000, a little 100,000. No, they're getting more money than a lot of players in the NFL are making, and so that's a problem. So Reggie Bush just made a comment. I don't know if y'all saw it. I tweeted. I made a post on X. Make sure y'all follow us on X at Clearly Said Pod. I made a post on X. Okay. And it was a picture of a quote from Reggie Bush. And he said something to the effect of, the NIL has lessened the control that Nick Saban has over recruits, and he can't handle it. I don't know if I totally agree with the term he can't handle it or the way that he phrased it, but it changes the locker room. You know, if you have a 19-year-old kid that's making $1 million, first of all, you already can't tell a 19-year-old nothing anyway.
Right.
And then he got $1 million? It's hard to coach. It's probably hard to form a bond in the locker room, because it's like, bro, you're a walk-on and I'm making $1 million and we supposed to run the same amount of 110s? No, sir. Or I'm supposed to carry the water jug or this, that, or the third. Like, it's hard to develop that culture in the locker room. It's hard to coach kids hard when they're making millions of dollars. And then not to mention them being able to come and go as they please. You know, that's I see why he retired, really and truly.
Yeah, like just think like back in like when Reggie Bush was at USC and Tim Tebow was in Florida and all that, and Cam and Auburn. Just think if the NIL started back then, like how much they would have been getting paid, because like them three, like just them three I named, them three are the greatest college players ever.
True.
Like I think they would have been getting paid way more than what these players getting paid now, especially Tim Tebow. Like everybody loved Tim Tebow, especially like when they lost their game. What was that, the Ole Miss? And he came and said, "We won't lose another game."
He was crying.
And he was crying.
Man,
and they didn't lose another game and won the championship. Like,
yeah. They did love him. The only other love I seen kind of like that was Marcus Mariota. People don't realize, especially young kids that's watching the pros, people don't realize Marcus Mariota got some love when he was at Oregon now.
Exactly.
Yeah, they was like Jesus, Marcus, and football or something like that. That was something they used to say all the time.
That's what I be saying to young kids. I be on there. I be like when we talk about players that we used to, they be like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Bro, just
a dog." He was a dog.
Just go to YouTube, like type in their name, and you'll see. And they be like, "Oh man, he was
Kenyon Barner, was that not his name? The fast dude from Oregon, Kenyon Barner. He was like a return guy.
Oh, the Anthony Thomas.
No, Kenyon Barner.
That's the one I remember. The Anthony Thomas.
The Anthony Thomas.
Look up Kenyon Barner, or maybe Burner. Oregon Kenyon Barner, and I may be thinking of the wrong person. But anyway, you know, with all that being said, the NIL, did he play at Oregon?
Yeah,
that's 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just ask. I just like when you hear Oregon, you would think Marcus Mariota.
That boy right there was the dog. I don't know if they got his stats right there.
And then they go to straight to DeAnthony Thomas.
Yeah.
He was or like Tavon Austin, like them dudes back then, like them dudes.
Tavon, I forgot about Tavon at
Tavon.
So with all of that being said too, and the college football landscape changing, how does the 12-game playoff format change college football? Do you think it makes it better, or do you think it makes it worse? And the reason I say that is I think it's already too much change going on with the NIL. I think they shouldn't be moving it to 12 games. That's my opinion. I know there's something they settled on 5-6 years ago. It was 12 games. But.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Floyd. Hey, I need y'all to do something for me real quick. I need y'all to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Hey, look, let's get back to the show. Come on, man.
Yeah, cause you gonna get stuck with a game that you don't want to watch. Like you'll get stuck with two teams in that championship, and you'll be like, "Wow, I'm watching." Like, I just like how it's being. Like,
you got to be undefeated.
Yeah, you gotta go out there and ball out. Like, don't lose. But with that 12 thing, I do feel like Ole Miss is way better chance for Ole Miss now.
Yeah, they're gonna get in, but they're gonna win.
Ole Miss is a talented team, and they can win it. Like, and I'm not even like I'm an LSU fan, but you know I rock with Ole Miss because you know one of my best friends played for them. So, but like Ole Miss is like with this 12-team format, I believe they'll mess around to get in there.
So
then they got Lane Kiffin, and he's a great coach.
And he's a great coach, and he's a draw for recruits. I don't know how the format is. Is it going to be 1 versus 12 or 1 versus 6 in a two-sided bracket? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's going to be a two-sided bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it's 1 versus 12 and Ole Miss is 12, it's basically like, are you good enough to beat the proposed or whatever national champion right now? You know what I'm saying? 1 versus 12. Yeah. Because if you knock off number 12, I mean, if you knock off number 1, you got them. You got them. It's, hold it in the road, and you got it, maybe so. But I don't know. We'll see. I am excited to see. You got that?
Yeah, so the first 4 teams will receive a first-round bye.
Oh, okay.
So the 6 last...
That won't be too bad. Because I was thinking...
You'll probably be able to get in with 3 losses. 3 or 4 losses. That's it.
No, not 4. No way you getting in with 4. I would think you could get in with 4.
4. They push it.
Yeah, that's
Southern Miss gonna be
got multiple 4-loss teams that'll be possible.
Yeah, you'd have to have it had to be spread out. It had to be really spread out. I'm gonna say 10, 11, 12 gonna be 3-loss teams that they just obviously bring in. Somebody's gotta get beat up. May have an upset, you never know. And then 1 through 6 are gonna be your real, could you be in the game? Because that's just like a Georgia. They could have been in the national championship. I don't know if it had been a better game. I don't know what it would have looked like, but Georgia deserved to be there. As far as talent-wise, to me, 1-1, yeah, the quarterbacks weren't parallel, but for the rest of the team, absolutely.
Exactly.
And so, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think college football is the greatest thing on TV. Right after college football, and this may open up a whole other debate, I don't know. College football is number 1. NFL is number 2. NBA playoffs is number 3, and I'm playoffs specific because 82 games is too much to be watching. I'm not watching all of that. And then just the regular NBA season. I don't know if y'all agree with that list, that top 4 list or not.
So, speaking of the NFL, it is playoff time.
Yes, sir.
So who y'all got going to the Super Bowl? I'm going to say mine first. I do got the Ravens going. The Ravens on fire. They're the best team in football right now with the best defense. So.
Defense? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that factual? Like that's that?
Factual.
Yeah.
Oh, I got all your Ravens fans in here.
Them big fans.
Like,
You ain't even got a mic. You ain't got a mic.
I don't need it. Ravens on top here.
And I gotta get off the Ravens, and I don't. So Floyd got in the group message was like, "Hey, do you hate Lamar?" I don't. I go back and forth with Trey because we go back and forth on whatever. If he say red, I'm gonna say blue. That's just what we've always done. But it's just kind of comical. But Lamar Jackson is head and shoulders above any other MVP candidate, in my opinion.
Facts.
And I think if the Ravens can stay healthy and the Ravens don't get in the Ravens' way, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
And then they just get Mark Andrews back.
Yes,
I just seen the video of him practice. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's Lamar's favorite target. So and that's gonna open up a lot more.
Yeah.
But see, he done got acquainted with all his other targets.
And then we got Likely. Like I didn't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know who Likely was until that game. That first game he snapped out. I said, okay.
He like that.
Then we got Zay Flowers. Then we got
Dog.
my boy OBJ, which
Dog.
he's to that playoff guy. So I believe the playoffs is where we're gonna see some of the OBJ of old. It's just a lot of talent around him. They just got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, they got down.
We dropped Melvin Gordon.
Dropped Melvin,
And
got
Baker.
Dalvin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, I believe. So is Kansas City? They not in the same division as well.
No.
So
They're in the same conference. They in the yeah.
So they can play each other in the Super Bowl.
No.
Oh,
They're just gonna play in the AFC
yeah,
championship.
that's what I'm asking. Yeah. So
Yeah.
well,
it's probably looking like that too. So.
yeah, but I got.
So what's
It'll
the next
probably be the Ravens
matchup?
and the.
So if Pittsburgh wins tomorrow against Buffalo, they will come to Baltimore for the division round for the third time this year. And if Buffalo beats Pittsburgh, Kansas City got to go to Buffalo, and the Texans come to Baltimore.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd rather play Texas for real. Just saying.
Well, I mean, you can't pick your battles, bro. You can't pick
I'm
them.
just. Well, I can't base out the last game because the starters didn't play.
Coleridge.
Yeah.
Coach is junior. Yeah. We got the
Fourth.
He's the fourth?
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, we got to call him CJ. So what's his middle name then? Where did the J come from? I
His
thought it was Coach.
middle name is Bernard. The J he just threw the J in.
He just threw that in there. He was like, I got to have something besides Coldridge. You can't be calling me Coldridge. But he is cold. I think he had a little bit over 4,000 passing yards in the regular season. And so he's come in and being a great success for that program. That was a good pick. That was a good pick. And then they turned right around and picked Will Anderson Jr., another good pick. And they made a good move hiring D'Amico Ryans as the head coach. A good move. So the Texans look like they're on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? We thought they was on the downhill slide after the Deshaun trade.
Yeah, that's my rookie of the year, though. Offensive anyway. Dude is...
I think he's an MVP candidate. Now, I think nobody is going to get it but Lamar. He might be unanimous again, but
yeah, that boy, he came in and changed.
What you got right there, Trey?
That's his career stat.
So that's 4,108 yards passing?
23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Fast, yeah. And you didn't even have to zoom in.
That's crazy.
I got that video.
And most rookie quarterback, I feel like they would have had like 10 interceptions by now.
Well, the hard part
they played for the Texans, I'm like, so with that being said, now do you feel like, is he better than Bryce Young? Or did Bryce Young just get put in a messed up situation?
This year, and then I know I see you going to the mic. This year, he had a better season than Bryce Young. I think we need a couple more years to see, because it looks like CJ has more talent around him, and it looks like he may have, I hate to say a better coach, but he may have a better coach. He definitely has a coach that's more inspiring to the team around him, and all that plays a factor in wins. Like, you know what I mean? If you'll run through a wall for your coach, you may make a couple more catches. You may make a couple more tackles. So right now, I think C.J. Stroud is the better of the two because he had the better season. But we'll see year 3, year 4. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing with Bryce Young, and not to knock him because you can do it as a smaller guy. We saw Drew Brees do it. He's a small dude, man.
Yes, and I didn't know he was that small. I'm like, bro, dude is little.
Yeah, he's a small dude, and so it's usually harder for those guys, obviously, because you can't see over the lineman that probably average 6'4", right. You know what I'm saying? And then taking he's 5'10". I don't believe that. I don't believe he's 5'10". That's just like Drew Brees said he was 6 foot. Okay, bro.
They said he was wearing like thicker sole shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. He probably wearing them Ron DeSantis. I don't know if y'all seen them boots Ron DeSantis wear. They got the heels on them. He would be picking on him, saying he's trying to make himself look taller. And nothing on the thick sole shoes. I wear Hoka running shoes all the time. They comfortable, but I don't think he's 5'10". But anyway, it is what it is. We'll see.
And that's the thing. Like, when you that number 1 pick, and you're a quarterback, you more than likely go to a trash team.
Yeah.
Like we seen that all the years with the Browns. They was getting all the number one quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the rumor that Caleb Williams is trying to figure out if Chicago is trading up to get the number one pick? Because he's like, I'm not playing for them.
Yeah, he wanted to trade out of the number one.
Like, bro, you tanked the whole second half of the season. Them folks probably didn't want you.
Nah, they want him.
They want him.
Yeah, they want him, but he don't want them. But I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Can you forego the draft and just become a free agent if you're a top recruit like that, or does the league have some type of parameter against that? Because I would think in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm Caleb Williams. I don't want to go to the Bears. I just don't go to the draft. I'm a free agent. 32 teams, you know what I'm saying? May the best contract win. Now, I don't know if people don't do that because rookies can only make so much money as a free agent. You know, when they did the new bargaining agreement after the holdout that was the lockout was that 10, 12 years ago, they came back and they fixed those contracts. Because Sam Bradford, it was either Sam Bradford or Matt Stafford was the last quarterback to get a stupid deal into the draft. It was like $70 million. And then they fixed that because veterans weren't making any money, but they were giving all this money to the rookies that were coming in and didn't do nothing.
They didn't prove it.
You know what I'm saying? Like Sam Bradford, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to him. He's a good talent, but he ended up not being a good NFL quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Long term. But he got a $70 million deal. So I just didn't know if the rookies couldn't do that or whatever. I know how it works.
I want the boy from Washington to go.
Penix?
Yeah, I like him.
You think Penix
Which,
is going to win?
I mean,
Yeah, Penix is nice.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, he's nice, but I'm thinking, is Penix going to go one?
He showed, like, I believe if he have a great comeback, he just might.
Let me tell you something, bro. That COVID year helped them folks out, man.
So
that COVID year helped them folks out now.
Because it helped my boy out.
25, ain't it?
Man, because it sure helped my boy out. The Heisman winner, Dane.
Yeah.
It helped him. Because he said it was one for the extra year. You know, he probably wouldn't have been
100%.
like what he is now, you know.
No, I don't know how old Penix is. I'm going to say Penix probably 23. I was exaggerating with the 25. But
he like Bo Nix. Bo Nix 30.
Bo Nix probably trying to come back for one more year. But I don't blame him because, like you just talked about,
you get paid. Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Now you getting paid.
They making that bread, especially running backs. If I was a running back, a top 4 or 5 running back in college, I would come back for my senior year because you're gonna make more money there. You know what I'm saying? You may make $1 million in your NIL deal, and you get drafted 5th round. Now you're making, you know what I'm saying, $700,000 if that.
They were talking about Brock Purdy. They said they got these people with NIL deal making more than him.
Yeah.
And he's the starting NFL quarterback on a.
Yeah. So he's 23. May 8th.
On a could be
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
He been through stuff. He look older than that. He been through stuff. But hey, I really think he from like the gutter, like the hood type deal. Because I thought he was gonna be like buttoned up and all of that. And I heard him on the mic. He was like, "At free my boy such and such."
Yeah,
free my
boy such walking in it.
Yeah.
Ski
I saw
mask.
that purple do-rag.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple do-rag should have gave it away.
I was like, yeah, he was.
I said, yeah, my boy from here.
The only thing that would have gave it away more than the purple do-rag is letting the tail hang. If he was done that, like, bro,
the tail hang. I would say, boy, you grew up around some old school dudes.
Okay.
I ain't seen
Where your muscle shirt in?
I ain't seen nobody tail hang on their do-rag forever.
That's funny, man. But look, man, I've really enjoyed talking about football, talking about sports, talking about it all. You know, this is something that's soothing to me, relaxing to me. You know what I'm saying? To just chop it up with the guys and have a conversation. This stuff we have been doing for years in the group message,
right?
And we just never did follow through and bring it here. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody for listening. Obviously, we got more heat coming, more things dropping. We've got shorts. We've got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We've got X. So make sure you go and you follow us, you subscribe, you turn on the notification bell. We are Clearly Said Pod or Clearly Said Podcast on all of those platforms. So make sure you check us out. CJ?
Yeah, man. Once again, man, we appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? From Clearly Said to everybody, like I said, who's supporting, who's going to continue to support, our future supporters. Like, well, we appreciate everybody, man. Yeah, man, it's been fun. Like, I I don't know. Like
I don't know.
You know, like how you just like I just
enjoying.
I just got the butterflies because like I'm really excited about this, man. This is something that, like, man, we gonna continue. Like he said, we gonna continue to bring y'all heat. We gonna from skits to all types of stuff, man. We gonna
be on the lookout for the skits.
Yeah, like, man, we gonna make this thing like fun for everybody. Man. So once again, man, we appreciate y'all.
Hey, love.